I went grocery shopping today, and when I get home from the grocery store, I try to wash all of my fruit right away. Or if I'm really busy, I try to do it later. I'll leave it right on the counter so that I wash it right away. But I went ahead and washed my apples and apricots. I washed my watermelon. I washed and cut my strawberries and washed my blackberries. Those aren't going to last long at all in our house. I think berries are great if you wash them right away or at least the next day because they do not last long. And I've talked about trying to make our produce last. I did a video on that last summer. I'll link that below, but I talk about how I buy different fruits so that some is, good right when you get home from the grocery store, and then I try to get some things that can last throughout the week so that we have fruit throughout the week instead of getting a bunch of stuff that's going to go bad in like 2 days. So I'll link that video below because I think that could possibly be helpful. I'm going to stick these in the refrigerator. Washed my avocado and my tomatoes, and I have all my vegetables and stuff put away. Just like the last couple of weeks, when I get home from the grocery store, I go ahead and take everything out of the bags that I have canisters for and put that away. So I filled up my rice and put my almonds in there and my peanuts and stuff. And like I've mentioned a couple of times, that just makes it nice so that everything looks nice, and also you don't have the canister and the bag in your pantry. I divided some snacks up for lunches. I have these apple sticks, I think they're called, from Trader Joe's. One of my boys really likes those. And I have the Trader Joe's nacho cheese chips. I have a few extra bags of snacks back there that I'll open up later this week and divide up. And I'm going to make granola bars. I was going to do it tonight, but I ended up hanging out with my family. That's why it's kind of late when I'm recording this. I was just hanging out with them, but I put everything away where it goes, and wanted to show you this. So I bought cereal at the grocery store. Our granola is all gone, and my guys just don't like to have it every single week, so I'm not going to do it this week. I used to make it so much that now it's just a once in a while thing. You know how people get tired of having the same thing every week. So these boxes of cereal are open. These are from last week, and I bought new cereal, but I don't want them to open it until these two boxes are gone. So I just have those back there, and that way they'll eat these boxes that are open first, and then they can grab those and eat those. And we have waffles and stuff in the freezer so that they can choose those. But yeah, I got everything put away where it goes, and that will start the week off well with everything put away. I know I've shared how to cook beans in the slow cooker a few different times lately, but I wanted to show you how I divide them for the freezer. I haven't shown that in a while, and I thought maybe that would be a helpful tip. So I am just going to rinse these and then soak them all day. It's early in the morning, and then I'm going to cook them in the slow cooker overnight because I need to use some of them tomorrow. Okay, I'm just going to let these soak all day, and this really helps with digestion, and it's definitely recommended that you soak them. I had 2 pounds of dry beans. I let my beans soak all day, and I just rinsed the water off that they were soaking in. You definitely want to do that. Don't use the same water. And I am going to put them in my slow cooker and cover them with a little bit of water. Okay, I have enough water. It's pretty much filled to the top. I did this with the pinto beans, used this size slow cooker, which is a 4-quart, I believe. And John said they were the best pinto beans he's ever had. So I think the smaller slow cooker just allows them to cook a little bit better because there's only so much room for the heat to go, if that makes any sense. I know I've tried larger slow cookers before, and they took forever to cook and they weren't as tender. So I'm using the smaller one. It worked well with the pinto beans. So I am going to cook these overnight on low, so probably like 8 hours they'll be on. It might go a little bit over by the time I get them out and everything, but they should be fine. and I'll show you how I divide them in the morning. Okay, here are my black beans. It made a ton, which is nice. I am going to measure out 3 cups because that's what I need for tonight's dinner, and then I'm going to freeze the rest. Okay, I have 3 cups of my black beans here for dinner tonight. I'm making black bean and corn enchiladas, and then I divided the rest into quart size freezer bags. Now you can divide them up however you want. I did some bags with 2 cups and some bags with 1 cup. I use 2 cups a lot, but sometimes it's nice just to have 1 cup to throw in with rice or something. If you're used to cooking with cans of beans and some of your recipes call for a can of black beans, you can use your measuring cup and measure the ounces if that helps. And then you'll definitely want to drain the liquid off of them. And I just usually get them out with a slotted spoon. It just makes it a little bit easier than draining all of them. And I just make sure to remove all of the air from the bag and then label them. So I have some that are 2 cups and then some that are 1 cup. So in total, my, I think $2 or less bag of beans got me 10 cups of cooked black beans. So it definitely saved quite a bit of money by doing it this way. And as you can see, it was so easy, basically just throwing everything in the slow cooker and letting it do its work. I did want to mention to thaw the black beans, I just take them out of the freezer like the night before I plan to use them and put them in the refrigerator, and they're usually thawed. But even if they're a little bit frozen, you can usually just cook them on the stove top or mix them in with whatever you're cooking and it should be fine. I also cut a cantaloupe and divided it into individual containers. I used to do this a lot, but I mentioned in my Dollar Tree haul that I was running out of these containers and I had to grab some more at the Dollar Tree. But I like to divide the fruit up into containers, and that way my guys can just grab one for their lunch. I also can grab one, you know, when I go to the gym. I like to have fruit after, so it makes it nice. And I just have this one because that's all that we had. I'm hoping that the containers made it home this time. I'm thinking at the end of school I'm going to receive a lot of these containers back. Tonight I made a pan of granola bars. I have showed how to make these so many times in food prep videos, and I have the whole recipe recorded, so I will link that below. You can make them chocolate chip like this, or you can add whatever you want, dried fruit or cranberries or coconut, nuts, anything really good you can put in there. They're just pulling a little bit. I'm going to pop them in the fridge and then cut them. I made mine peanut butter and then I put the chocolate chips on top.
And it tastes really good too.
My family's in here. Getting distracted. I made these peanut butter. It says how to do that in the description box of the video in case you want to go back and make them that way. But really all you do, the normal recipe has 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar. And instead of that, you do 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar and 1/3 of a cup of peanut butter. And you make it the exact same way. You mix the peanut butter in with the butter, sugar, and honey. So it says all of that in the description box of the video, but they are really good and a great way to switch them up a little bit. I restocked my snack bin. I cut my granola bars that I just made and put them in there. If you make them and your kids don't need to pack a lunch for school and you're just going to eat them at home, you don't have to put them in individual sandwich bags or anything. I do that so my boys can grab them for their lunches, but just make sure they're in an airtight container. So if you have like a Pyrex dish with a lid, that'll work. And then I just put some of these cheese puff kind of things. It's like Pirate's Booty from Trader Joe's. So I put all of that in there and that'll be all set for their lunches. I also cut and divided up this pineapple just like I did with the cantaloupe earlier in the week. I just put the pineapple in separate containers so that we can grab them for lunches, or if I wanted to take it to the gym with me, I have it to eat after.